Oh, thank you so much. So, when we talk about literature, so in this PPT, I will be covering tools for literature review, particularly open access tools, reference management, and visibility through open access resources. So, when we talk about literature review, knowledge is always associated with literature review, right? When we have knowledge, then we will be reviewing for our research. So, let us see how knowledge has been doubling over the centuries. According to Buckminster Fuller, he was an American and he has lot of feather to his name. He was a philosopher, he was an author, he was an architect of systems, he was a designer. So he has created a knowledge doubling curve. It is his contribution, knowledge doubling curve. According to Fuller, until 1900, human knowledge doubled approximately every century. So every 100 years, there was a doubling of knowledge, whatever exists before 1900. But by end of the World War II, it is approximately between 1939 to 1945, and when the World War II ended. So it was doubling for every 25 years. It has reduced from 100 years to 25 years after end of the World War. It would be because of that many reasons. So many countries who were involved in the war and who were neutral started spending much money on the R&D, particularly defense. And there was also scarcity of the food. So they also started involving in agriculture activities and agricultural research to enhance the production or cultivation. So these would be the reasons. So it actually started with the 25 years after completing the Second World War. Then now today it is totally different because due to artificial intelligence and lot of internet availability, so knowledge is doubling very rapidly compared to 1945. So about 80-85 years, the knowledge has been doubling very rapidly. For example, in nanotechnology, knowledge is doubling every 2 years, whereas in clinical knowledge, it is doubling in every 18 months. So on an average, there will be a doubling is now has reduced to 13 months, which could say every year that whatever knowledge we have in 2024, it will be doubled in 2025. So this is how knowledge has been doubling. So it is very important us to cope up with these developments, and we should able to keep a track on at least our field, how we can cope up with this and how we can update ourselves with the knowledge. So there is another prediction by IBM. It is an MNC. So they mentioned that build out of the Internet of Things, that is IoT, it will lead to the doubling of knowledge every 12 hours. So in a day, twice knowledge is doubling as per them. So whatever may be, but comparatively, it now from a century, it has reduced to a year uh, uh, of doubling the knowledge. So we will be talking about how we can keep a track of whatever that is happens in our respective fields. So that is very important for the literature review or for a research or to keep ourselves updated with these knowledges. So next, let us see how India is researching. When we will talk about research. India has been uh, drastically improved the ranking globally, and we have been creating a lot of good stuff, and we are contributing to the global society. So India is third in research output, and we are sixth in patent filings, and we are ninth in the citation. So first three are like a research output, patent filing, as well as the citation. We are in the top 10, and we have to improve our rankings in innovations. We are in the 14th, and we are 54th in allocating the GDP, overall GDP percentage to the R&D. Perhaps we are spending more for the defense, given the geolocation of the country, and 66 in academia industry collaborations. So this is how India is researching. So first we are very uh, this is our improvements because you could see the third we are in the research output, and we are also producing a quality output because ninth we are ninth in the citation. So when we have a quality output, automatically our citation ranking improves. So it's always research output and citations have a correlation. So this I just wanted to share because it is very important how we are researching and what we can contribute to the countries ranking, right? So now let us talk about our topic. It is literature review. Why we need the literature review. So it is a self-explanatory image. So it will help us to understand why we need. Though literature review help us to provide the interpretation of the existing literature, whatever existing literature. So as we talked about knowledge doubling, so as and when the new knowledge is being gathered very rapidly, so that we have to interpret the existing knowledge available in our field. It also helps us to find the gaps. Where are those gaps, and how we can contribute to the particular issues, and how we can improve the whatever that knowledge was already available in our field. So these are all the reasons why we need literature review. So I will not press much on this because all we know about what is literature review. Next, this is the literature review origin. So humans have been writing when we trace the first writings, that probably it will goes back to 2000 BC, when Sumerians started writing in a clay tablets, then Egyptian, Chinese, and even Indians. When most of our writings, earlier writing in ancient India, were mostly in the through stone carvings and palm leaves. So most of our Vedas and um, all the stuffs are available through the. Thank you, Nitesh. Uh, Nitesh, could you please confirm? Is it okay now? My
Yeah,
slide is visible.
now it is
Okay,
visible,
Okay,
sir.
sir. Okay.
Okay.
okay,
I
okay.
think
Thank you so
there
much.
was, yeah.
Sure. Okay. Thank you so much. So yeah, when we talk about literature review, this origin, so it will goes back to 1665, when the scientific paper originated, and it is actually a systematically, we could say it is a systematic publishing of the research paper. It will goes back to 1665, when the French journal started this publication, and also one English journal called Philosophical Transaction of the Royal Society. It first began systematically publishing research results. The Philosophical Transaction of the Royal Society Journal, it is by the UK, published by Royal Society. Royal Society was founded in 1660. After the 5 years of their founding, they started this research, this journal, to share the result of the journals. So it actually during 1665, most of the UK's and European scientists, it became a platform for them to share their research results through this journal. In fact, Sir Isaac Newton's first paper published in this journal, and his lifetime, he had published around 17 papers in this journal. So after a lot of years, after about 280 years, in the second half of the 19th century, overall organization. Previously, it was only in 1665, only the publication was just to publish the result, not other stuff. So in second half of the 19th century, they started a different format called theory, experiment, and discussion. Then it now that has been improved over the times. Now we call that IMRAD. It is a standard that is being followed by in the many disciplines. It will start with the introduction, methods, results, and discussion. This format called IMRAD. So even library science, or maybe in the agriculture or even scientific field. So mostly this is became a standard format for scientific writings. So now, yeah, this is the purpose. So we know why we need a literature review. It is to formulate a research question by evaluating the available literature, whatever literature is available, with an eye on gap. So wherever there is a gap, we have to work on those gaps, and we have to formulate our research question to start our own research, or the research that we wanted to communicate. So now, these are the literature databases. So as a librarian, so with my 9 to 10 years experience in academic libraries, most of the users have these questions. Like how do we find our relevant resources published in various sources? Are there any discovery tools available? Because nowadays all the users wanted a single window where they wanted to access all our physical books details, all the subscribed resources, open access. They want a single window. They don't want to go and search books on library of fact, or they don't want to go and search individual journals. So mostly they wanted a discovery tool to get all of them in a single click or through a single window. The answer is yes, because we have now a lot of discovery tools available for a commercial publishers to open access through open access. But there are varieties of literature databases. Some are subject specific, some are all inclusive. In mostly science, we have a multidisciplinary related databases, and some of them are subject specific, and some of them are owned by the commercial publisher. Some of them are available for free, and the coverage and the style that they features differs from one database to another. So these are the types of databases we have in our field. Now let us see what are the different commercial databases available for uh, literature search. So we have these. We have Web of Science. We have a Scopus. We have a JGate. We have SciFinder. We have a CAB abstracts for agriculture related literatures, right? But all of them are the commercial databases. So many people will always ask when they want to start their research, they want to write an assignment, or they want to start their research project, dissertation. They will always ask, we need subscription to Web of Science or we need for Scopus. But these two are misinterpreted by, like they understood it wrongly, because many researchers, when I ask them, why do you need Web of Science or Scopus? They say, sir, we have a 35,000 plus journals and we will have access to full text to all those journals. So this is actually misconception by many of the researchers or academicians, because Web of Science and Scopus will not give you the full text. They are abstract and citation databases. They will give you only abstract level and citation related databases. There are open access articles, few of them, that is anyway available from the publisher website. But through Web of Science or Scopus, you won't get any the articles which are beyond the paywalls, right? So these are some commercial. So it is very difficult to the small institutions to subscribe to these databases, because these are very highly priced databases. So when you start your independent research, you are in a small organization which could not afford these, then we have to look alternatively some of the open access. So because of that, I would like to introduce some of the available kind of a search engines which will be which can be used alternatives to these to some extent, right? So yeah, now I would like to start with the Google Scholar. I hope many of you would have already used would be using. But Google Scholar is one such uh, search engine where we can also use this for the literature review. But we should be very smart enough to like use a different techniques while we use Google Scholar, then it will we will get the accurate result. Otherwise it will pull you in millions of pages. Then it is very difficult you to differentiate. For example, I have here agriculture and climate change. Just I wanted to like I wanted to start some literature I want on agriculture and climate change. When I just search agriculture and climate change, it pulled me 47 lakh result in about 0.11 seconds. So it is very difficult for me to read all, go through at least all 47 lakh result is very difficult. So then we have to use alternatively some of the techniques. It is what we call is Boolean operators, and or not. So what I did is I mentioned the codes agriculture, and I have mentioned climate change. So I need articles which have agriculture as well as climate change. So then it pulled me, still it pulled me 31 lakhs 50,000. It has at least reduced 15 lakhs result when I used this technique. So further, it would have been given me the less result if I could have used all these filters. So Google Scholar also has these filters called custom range of the year. Suppose you wanted to know what are the different publications happened between last 5 years, 2020 to 2024 or 2019 to 2024. Then you can use this custom range to still reduce your result and get the latest information available on the particular topic. And also Google has this advanced search option. When you click on this side, there is a three rows. So when you click on, you will find also advanced search. So advanced search also will help you to reduce the further number. Like it will also help you to get the limited result with uh, as per as you want. For example, I wanted to get the articles which have these two agriculture and climate change in the title. So you can choose this only. So then further it will reduce. And also some of the prominent researcher in your field. So you can also search to their details available here. Then also you can search articles dated. So you want to have a 5 years or 1 decades of the research details. So then you can please use the custom date range. This is how you can put the result to the some limitation and also create alert. It is an important the option that Google Scholar has is that when you are working on a project which may take 2 years to submit your final report, you may be working on a particular funding research. So you can use this create alert. So the today I would have searched for this information. So after 3 or 4 months, if I want back again, I wanted to search. I need not to come and search again. I need not to do this exercise again. So when you have create alerts, automatically it will pull you the result to your email box, and you will get the latest update as and when new information is added to the interest. So just you have to click on a create alert and put some of the relevant keywords of your result, and just you can leave it. So automatically it will start sending you the alerts, right? So then remember this end or not, this would be the researcher mantra to have whatever database you may use commercial or you may use open access. Please remember these three words and you can use accordingly to enhance or reduce your results, right? So now I would like to show one more such tool is the Publish or Perish. It is an application. You have to download it on your Windows or what OS Mac, uh, right? So when you download this, it looks like a notepad. You would have already used a notepad. It looks like a notepad. So it also pulls a lot of results. The interesting thing about this, it will pull you a maximum of 1,000 results. So in Google Scholar, it may goes in lakhs or millions. But when it comes to publish or perish, it has a 1,000 is a limitation. So you can also have a different options here. You can use this. You can use the subject topics or you can use the title. So all these options are available. You can also connect this with the Google Scholar. It is already there. Just you have to select the Google Scholar and search for the result. It will pull you maximum of 1,000 results. And the interesting thing about this publisher perish is it will pull you based on the number of citation in H ranking. It won't pull you junk things. So it will give you top 1,000 whatever articles are available with the starting with the highest H index and highest citation. So through that you can filter, you can reduce your result to 50 and take those top 50 highly cited, highly and has more H index. So those articles you can take and you can use it for the reviews or for reading. So this also has an option to download in an Excel format. You can also use this option and you can download it in an Excel format. It will give you the list of title. It will give you a title of the article, publisher name, and if abstract is available, abstract, and number of citation that particular article got, and H index. So everything is available here. So you can also use this one of your tools for the literature review. Uh, and next is a base. So this base is created by the university library in Germany. So this is another tool. So this is kind of a discovery tool for most of the publications, institutional repository. Institutional repositories, mostly the institution has created to store their research output for the visibility purpose. So mostly, most of the these IRs have been indexed by the base. So it became a kind of a discovery tool. You can also use this, and here this also gives you a lot of options. You can search to title, subject. There is a drop down box is available here, and also you can select your topic. You want to see some of the articles available on agriculture and artificial intelligence. So since I have used mostly agriculture because most of our participants are from the agriculture institutions, and this also has a lot of filter options. You wanted to also customize the date range. You can do it here. You wanted to select the particular language. You want only articles published in English. You can also further make the things here. And you can also see the access, is it available openly or not. And it will also give you this option. Whenever there is a lock open, which means it is an open access article, it will also give you it is an whether it is an open access or closed access. So here you will also get the full text article for your research. And also has some, if you want to view in detail, this you can use it. You can also log in here for free, and you can also put your favorites there. You can also see this in the Google Scholar, and you can also export this record. So this is another uh, tool. This is developed by the in a university, and contributors are also from the university. So it is actually a scholarly uh, search engine for the researchers. So you can also use this for your literature review. Then there is a one interesting tool called Research Rabbit. So this will also have a kind of a networking things. You would have used connected papers. So connect papers will give very limited for free, and we have to take a subscription. But in case of Research Rabbit, it is completely free. So you can use this search box, and you can search a topic that you are looking for, and it will give you whatever available paper on the particular thing, right? So after that, this will give you different networks. For example, I searched for impact of COVID on agriculture. So I haven't used any other thing. I have used this as my this research query. You can also use those impact and COVID on agriculture and particular sectors. So all you can use those Boolean operators, combination of Boolean operators. But just for me, I have searched this. So it gave me a one different papers, but I have taken only one. It gave me the impact of COVID-19 on agricultural industry in the US stock market. So if it is relevant to me, when I click, it will also give you other side similar works. So for example, I want impact of COVID-19 on agriculture industry. And if there are similar works, it will give you similar works. When you click here, you will get for one paper, you will get a similar works paper available on the same topic. And also it gives you references used in these research papers, and also citations it will give, and also it suggests you the authors who are the prominent authors who have written particular topic or particular paper, and who are prominent authors in that particular area. So all it will give you on the right side. So please explore this also, because if you find the one relevant article, that will give you a multiple works of the similar work, authors and everything. So it is another one that I would like to introduce. So now there are many. So particularly, I have listed some of the things which are relevant to agriculture. There is a one agrees by FAO, and there is one agri economic search and agri RXIV, and we have a organic nutrients. So these four particularly relevant to the agricultural field. So you can also explore these. Then there are a cross-ref and a directory of open access journal. These are a multidisciplinary. So, but still, this also covers the articles and other stuff related to the agriculture field. So these you can please have a look. So as and when you want, and the other four also you can try it, and you can see the difference how best we can use these tools without paying anything, right? So now I'm moving from some tools to reference management and bookmarking. So yesterday Dr. Vinod has covered on Zotero, but these are some of the bookmarking. Mendeley and EndNote are the commercial one. Still, they are giving they are giving for a basic version free, so you can also register and use it. But Zotero is giving it is a fully open source reference management tool. So I would highly recommend, and I am personally using Zotero. So if your institution not subscribed to Mendeley and EndNote, so you can also use Zotero for free. It is also developed by an institution, so you can also use it. Since Dr. Vinod has already covered, I will not be talking much on the Jotero. So it has a connector you have to download locally, and you can make a folder, and you can use it for your bookmarking as well as generating the different references styles. Right? So uh, I will not be like concentrating much on this since yesterday it was covered. Now we have also one more site as this is also a reference management tool. So so the tagline is all research product deserve credit. So whatever research product or whatever we are using for our report or articles, all should be duly credited. Site has very interestingly, you can just paste a URL, DOI, or even preprint or even software abbreviation. It will create the citations for you. For example, I wanted to cite this education and the COVID-19 pandemic. So I did not uh, use that time Zotero because I wanted this only one. So just I copied the URL and I pasted here and it generated the citations for me. So you can also use this alternatively. You want to just see how it works. But only limitation is as of now it has only five different citation types. One is APA 6th edition, Harvard reference format, Nature, MLA, and Chicago manual. Uh, but if you are using any of these, you can also try out this. And when you want to also cross check whether my citation is right or wrong, so you can also check this tool to just cross check. But Zotero has much more like that. Zotero has covered lot of different styles. You can use Zotero, but also you want to cross check or you want to see how it the site as is another tool for you to just explore. So now the question is getting resources for free. So many of us are depending on subscription, but still there are a lot of the stuff out there to explore. So I would highly suggest you to use this one browser extension. You can click on this particular link. You can have this browser extension on your browser. So as and when you are searching for some articles, if that article is available somewhere for free, or if the article preprint version is available somewhere are the similar somewhere sometime what happens there would be a working paper they would have converted later as an article. So this open access button certainly help you to find out the article which are available, right? So I was searching for this article. So then I had this open access button. So when you will have this open access button, immediately it will tell you that somewhere some version of this article is available. Then you can click on this button and get access to that particular article. So would highly recommend you to have this extension. So it will save a lot of your time and it will also help you to get if those articles are available somewhere else. If not available, this will show as a closed one. So it won't show this like open, right? So you can have this one. It will also save your time and you will get the articles which are available. Similar versions of article available for free. Next, many people say it is a controversial website, Sci-Hub. So I don't know how many of you have already used. First time you are hearing about the Sci-Hub, but this is actually created by Alexandra. So there is an interesting article who is downloading pirated papers. Sahib, they call it as a pirated, but uh, Alexandra, who is the founder, she say this is the right to access science information. So this Sahib is providing access to millions of articles available from the reputed publishers uh, till 2021 because there are a couple of publishers who filed a case in Delhi High Court against Sahib. So High Court suggested that after 2021 or so, they should not upload a new publications. But till 2021, whatever articles are available from a reputed publishers, all are available through Sahib. And this articles also says how important is Sahib and how many articles are being downloaded on every day across the globe. Even some of the countries have banned Sahib, but still India, we have access to this. You can also use this to get some of the articles which are not available through your subscription or you don't have access to a library when you work independently. So you can also use this Sahib and get benefit of the portal. So now, I discussed about review of literature and getting resources for free as well as reference management. Now, visibility and networking is also very important because when our visibility is when we make our research work visibility and then we will build the networking through our visibility. So Vidwan, it is initiative by the ImpleNet. So they are allowing us to create our own profiles. Our institutions are also doing this on behalf of the researcher. So you can also please use this, you know, with one and create your own profiles. So I have created my own profile and I have listed what are the articles, what are the book chapters, conference I have written. So it is visible to the public but interestingly, it will also show you the similar expert. This is how we can build the networking. For example, my area of interest would be open access or would be archiving. So when I will put those keywords in my profile, it will give you also the some similar expert who have. So then I can probably connect with them and I can ask them that we can collaborate for an article or a project. So this is how we can show be visible and we can also build our networking through these kind of platforms and it is also free. So you can create your own profile for free. If your institution already created on your behalf, you can please keep on a track and be updated. You can see who are similar expert in your field and for the collaboration. And this Vidwan also gives you some of the different options. So expertise, our organization, everything. So on expertise, I have selected agriculture. So I got 1975 profiles. So when I search for agriculture, I have got 1975 expert details. So this is only it is showing one year, but when you go through, there are remaining 1974 will be available. This will also help us to collaborate then in our field. Then it will also give you different filter options. So my research area may be agronomy. So you can click filter to agronomy and you will get 91 people profiles. And you can also further filter whether they are working in a state universities, private universities or R&Ds. So all these organizations further filters can be done and also you can see whether they are professor, scientist, associate, whatever their designation. That also you will be able to further filter it. You can also connect whether they are from the state, where are you working, or they are from a different state. All these details will be available for a further filtering. And you can also see the organization where they are working. So please you can use, you want to have a networking or you want to collaborate with anyone. So this is the best tool to find out your similar expertise available in working in the different organization across the country. So this can also be used for that purpose. Next, let us also have these Google Scholar and ORCID ID. So Google Scholar is better to have a one profile with a verified email IDs because whatever articles you will write, so you will have a one window, so where all your articles are listed. And you will also get to know how many citations your articles are getting. And this is also another visibility. So for the people, and they will also, if the articles are relevant to other researchers, they will also cite your articles, right? And ORCID ID, I would highly encourage to have one ORCID ID. If you already have, you can leave it. So it is kind of a unique number, like an Aadhaar number, when for it is researchers other ID, I would say. So when you have this RCID ID, so if the two researcher have a similar names, right? Because in India, with the Yadav surname or Mishra surname, so we have a lot of surnames. Sometimes name may also same. So when two names are clash, then when you have a ORCID ID, it will show, it will distinguish between the two same names people as a unique researcher, and this will help you to differentiate your research from the other person who has the similar name, right? Then there is a research ID, so you can also create research ID. And apart from this, there are a Scopus ID. If you want to publish the Scopus ID, may be required, so you can also do that. But ORCID ID is a unique one. You can also mention your ORCID ID in the manuscript when you submit for the publications. So these are some of the things that you can also create. If you already have it, that is good. If not, please try to create these. Now, self-archiving in institutional repositories. So when we talk about self-archiving, it is very important because what happens when we publish articles in a reputed publications, they will ask you 3,000 US dollar or 3,000 pounds to make it as an open access, right? So when you publish as a closed access, most of the people will not have access to those articles. In such case, these are some of the self-archiving or institutional repositories which will help you to at least have some copy on your control that someone can be referred without paying the charges to the publishers. So ResearchGate, it is and academia, these are there are many, but these two are self popular self archiving tool. So you can create your profiles on ResearchGate or academia and have your own publications based on the publishers agreements. But I will also show you the tool where you will see those how you can use self archiving and external repositories without conflicting with the publishers terms and conditions. And your institution already has a publication repository. As and when you publish, please submit a copy to them. They will also keep, and this will become a this will help you to also show your research visibility through repositories of the uh, institution maintained by the institutions. And if the institution doesn't have repository, you can also create your own account as an individual member, and you can have it. So then now, when we talk about self-archiving and IaaS, the question arises: how do we know the terms and conditions of the publishers? Is a common question. For that also, we have a ready-made tool called Romeo Sherpa. So this is the tool. It will help you to know the what are the terms and conditions by the different publishers. For example, there are lakhs of journals, so it is very difficult us go and check one by one publisher what their terms and conditions to host my full text on my research gate or my institution repository. So for that, we have a Sherpa services. So we have a two, three different options here. When you want to check particular journal, you click on the journal and search for that journal. It will show you different options. For example, I have published my article in Agriculture and Forest Meteorology Journal, and I wanted to archive for self or through the institution. Then it will help you to know what are the terms and conditions that particular publisher has to deposit published version, accepted version, and submitted version. So they will give you different options. So based on this, you can go through and you can make sure that if the author, if the if publisher does not allow you to host a full text, of course they won't allow you in most of the cases if that is not an open access. Then you have option to deposit accepted version. So the accepted version is the one it will be done after thorough review by the journal reviewers. Then we have also submitted version. It is a pre-review version. So based on these things, you can able to archive your manuscript or article, and this will certainly help you to get the visibility. And this Sherpa service also help you to uh, uh, know the funding agencies terms and conditions. When you click on here, there is also one option called funding agencies. You want to get some funds from the different NGOs or different non-governmental organizations. If you search here, if that are listed here, that will also show you what are the terms and conditions by the particular funding agency. Before going through their website, also you can check here, because if you want to multiple funding, so it is very difficult to go one by one. It will give you very crisp information about that particular organization, about the funding related information. You can use it for both the options. One for to understand what is the policy of self-archiving of the institution, and also how we can use it for the like how I can get to know about the information about fundings. So you can use this for that. So then data sets, usually we will be talking about data. So mostly we will be depending on India Stat or Statista.com or CMI. There are a lot of various databases, but you need subscription to these databases, right? So there is a one website that is data.gov.in. It is maintained by the government of India. You will get this has a different data sets for a different discipline. So it also includes agriculture related data. So data is very important in agricultural research. So you can also use these, and this also has a lot of filter. You wanted which ministry, department, which state data, all these filter options are available, and this is updating very often. So you can also use this data set. You can have a look if this relevant for your research and data is okay for you to use. So then you can also use this data sets. So this is open and it is also available for free. Next, we have a Creative Commons search. So sometimes you may need to add some of the images in your research report or whatever in your article. So when you use some of the images which are available on the internet, Google says it is a copyrighted images are protected with the copyright. So in such case, you please use this search Creative Commons platform, and you can search based on your keywords. It will pull out you a lot of images, and you can it will able to allow you. So you can also use it for commercial purpose. You can also modify, or you can after modifying you can also adapt it as your image. So all this CC Creative Commons license are available, and you can also feel free to use. There is no copyright infringement, but only thing some of the license says you have to duly acknowledge about the source where you have borrowed the images. Otherwise, there is no any copyright infringement. When you get directly from Google, there would be a chance. But when you get it from the Creative Commons with a particular license, it is allowed, and it also has a lot of image type, illustrations, photographs, artworks, and also available in PNG, JPEG, and also different sources. So some of them from the university, some of them from the museum. So all these options are available. So whenever you want to use some images, please also use this site before you directly get it from the Google. Right? Now, Dr. Vinod Kumar has also stressed mostly on this journals, this called hijack or clone journals. So while preparing this PPT, this particular LinkedIn post caught my attention. So I would like to share some of the precautionary methods how we can avoid the journals, because once you publish in a such clone journal or hijack journal, it is very difficult you to take that article back and publish in other journals. So be cautious when you, because writing an article is a painstaking task. So once you write, and if you uh, get it published in a such clone journal or hijack journal, it's like actually whatever the effort you have put will go in vain. So be cautious. So this recently Naveen is the law researcher. So I saw his post on the LinkedIn. He himself wrote in the LinkedIn that I wrote a senseless and absolute nonsense article by adding 55 movie names and adding well-known movie characters. All these journals he has submitted to 4 5 journals, accepted in 15 to 60 minutes, right? Usually we will take 1 or 2 hours to reply one email, but manuscript with the 7 8 pages they have accepted in less than an hour, and they have asked for 800 to 2000 to publish it. So how they are actually how we are being scammed by these journals. And he also mentioned, like, for single author they were asking 800, for co-authors 1000 rupees, right? And he also mentioned the movie names, Three Idiots, Chennai Express, whatever that movie name. So all he has mentioned, but even they did not have a patience to go through the manuscript. And he also mentioned the declaration in the green you could see, as the statements and sentences in this research paper is just made to check the credibility of the publisher. There will be no connection or making sense of this research paper. So he has just sent a baseless article. He just write it with the movie names, but still they have accepted when they started asking. So when you get a WhatsApp message or email, so be careful and be vigilant before you submitting your manuscript. So then again, some of the tools are available. I hope Dr. Vinod has already covered, but just to show you, there is a one TCS. Um, this one is a think, check, and submit. So they have given some of the criteria. So please make sure that if you get any email or WhatsApp message saying that we will publish, please ensure that you have checked this text, and it will give a different list and help you to avoid the such journals, right? Next, there is a bells list. So Dr. Vinod has covered this, but just to show you like how they are actually cloning these journals. So Adalya Journal, it is published by KOC University, Istanbul, Turkey, and this is the Scopus Index Journal. So someone in India sitting somewhere, so he also created Adalya journal. So the only thing is he added journal extra. So this is already there. This is one the hijack journal, and they are also very smart because they are keeping the same ISSN, and without consent, they are putting some of the prominent names as editors in their website. So be careful and always check this bells list when you are in a, like you want to ensure that you are submitting to the correct journals, right? So next is a Simago. So this is also help you to identify some of the journals indexed in Scopus and Web of Science. You can also use this one. This will help you. This is another tool. And we have also UGCK. So again, you could see the clone journal. So again, this is Abru is a journal. It is a like a journal included in UGC care list, but someone cloned this as approved. With again, they have added as journal with the same ISSN. You could see same ISSN, and with like this is a clone journal similar to Alochana Drusti. They have also made Alochana Drusti journal. This is UGC one, and this is the clone journal. So please ensure that like when you go through when you want to differentiate between clone journal and the genuine journal, please use these two and ensure that you are not sending to the these kind of hijacked journals. And you can also see the UGC tier list. So some of the organization may ask you to submit like publish in UGC tier. Always go through the UGC official website and check what are the journals are available in your field, and accordingly you can publish it. So with this, I would like to conclude, and thank you so much for listening to me. If you have any questions or need clarification, so we can take that. Thank you, Nitish. Over to you.
Thank you, sir, for this informative session. Yeah, I would like to ask the participants if they have any questions, please. You can put it on chat box, or also you can ask directly.
Yeah, there is a one chart I could see.
Yes, sir, those questions.
What
Yeah.
is the government doing to stop? Actually, Harman, I have shown you the UGC care journal, right? So UGC has already mentioning what are the clone journal. So we have to be aware of this. That is the one. Second, as a researcher, as academicians, or as librarians, when we find these kind of a journal, we should immediately inform to the UGC that there are a clone journals are available. So because see, every day there is no control over the internet, right? So we have a thousands of journals. So I can also sitting in Bangalore, I can create hundreds of journals. I have to just need a one, you know, website. I have to create and with a domain name. So these are actually government is trying to do, but still, as an individual, our responsibility is to communicate the UGC that these are the clone journals. But even they want to stop those journals, again they will come with another domain name. So this is what we have to be very aware. That's what actually that Sarjan is one of the legal legislators try to create an awareness and we send some article and we have accepted. What this is actually what we have to do. Other than that, we don't have any control over on these journals.